Hi, everyone. This is Nate G. This is session number 2, Monday of the DPL open house. And I'm covering the sniper trades. And then we'll see if we can find any setups that we like on some other names. But as I was saying, there's probably about 4 more trades that could have been made here. And this is more of a scalping strategy. And what I was saying earlier is if you're not comfortable with that kind of speed and that kind of risk, these probably aren't the trades for you. But from a records, what do you call that? Man, my brain's not working at the moment. Is the what the success rate is? Generally, it day by day. I tend to do about 6 of these in a day, maybe. They're usually at least a five winners, 1 loss. On a bad day, it can get 3 and 3 for more of a break even. But those bad days come maybe once a week, typically. So, 4 to 1 green days, 5 to 1 green days, and usually kind of a 6 or 7 to 1 on each trading day. So far it works pretty well. That's about a month worth of data with these 2 specific trading methodologies, and I'm still getting more data on it, but that's kind of where we are now, and that's more of the 2.0 sniper. And what I was saying earlier was the 2.0 sniper is still a work in progress. So there's not hard and fast entry exit rules in place yet. So I'm just basically alerting them in the room as I take them and then as I exit them. And I'm working on developing a system for those rules that I can teach everybody. And those are all on just one contract, right? Because I'm testing it, I'm doing it on one contract, on the SPX. Yeah, and if you are under a 25K account, you can do that on a cash account. You just have to tell your broker that you'd like to change to a cash account. I've been considering making some changes and doing it as a futures account with margin, and you don't have to have 25K. Sorry, not a futures account. Doing it on the futures, same trading methodology, but on the futures, so that you can have a margin account and be under 25K, because the PDT rule does not apply to futures, which is interesting. Yeah, I'm happy to show my fib extension settings. Basically, I just have a 0 and 1 turned on, and everything else is turned off. So basically, it's showing a low to a high and then extending that out, or a high to a low. Pattern day trader rule is the PDT rule, which means if you have an account under 25K and you are trading on margin, you can only take 3 round trips, which means an entry and an exit, 3 same day round trips per 5 trading days per week, essentially, but it's a revolving 5-day range. So and that is designed to prevent people from blowing up their accounts and using margin to leverage themselves. But it's kind of a dumb rule because you can get around that pretty easily. Yeah, cash settled account means, let's say you have a $10,000 account, you can take multiple trades in a day, especially it's a great one for options because they clear overnight. So if you have a cash account, let's say you have $10,000 in that account, you can take, let's say you take $1,000 positions, right? Let's say you take 3 option contracts at $1,000. You can do that in and out 10 times until you've used up your capital for the day. And then that settles overnight. So the next day you have, I mean, let's say you just broke even. You have $10,000 again to trade with, as long as you've exited those positions, right? And options settle in one day overnight. So a cash account, if you trade options and you're under 25K, cash account can be pretty effective. But you can only use what you have in the account for the day, and then it's done. So if you're on a very small account, $1,000, you take 2 $500 trades, you're done for the day. Yeah, I can toggle the little sound icon here if somebody's having, I know they can't hear me, but if anybody's having trouble finding their volume sound. When a new presenter comes on, a lot of times you have to refresh and turn the sound back on. Yeah, to do spreads, you have to have a margin account, so you can't have a cash account and do spreads. In TradingView, how do you change the colors of the candles on this JS spread Squeeze Pro candles? You hit the gear icon here, and then under Style, you just click it and change it to a color that you like. And I've changed it just to match the Squeeze colors. So light blue on top, blue is color 1, red is color 2, yellow is color 3, and then I don't change color 4 because it doesn't show up. Yeah, Mike, I do like the sniper trade, the current 1.0 sniper trade on the 3-minute. I usually kind of toggle between the 2 and the 3-minute for that entry. I like to see the entry. I like to see the entry trigger on the 2-minute as a precursor to the full trigger on the 3-minute. So it's kind of a matter of toggling between the two. And then what are my ready aim fire settings? They are my pro length is 28. My overbought oversold is 1.8. And then I haven't made any other changes. My overbought and oversolds are at 1.8. And none of the colors have changed. And this, Sharky, this is not a Thinkorswim layout. This is TradingView that you see right now. Okay, and I'll show you how to use the fib tool. Okay, let me get rid of these lines so it's, yeah, I'll just get rid of all my drawings. Okay, so on a fib tool, if we thought the market was going to continue to go up, or no, let's figure out if we have a small pullback, what that might look like, right? So we're up here, we're kind of consolidating around a high. We don't quite know what's going to happen at the moment, but let's say we thought we might have another small pullback similar to this one here before a continuation of a move up. With that fib tool, I'm going to choose the top end there, and then I'm going to click the bottom end there, and then I'm going to extend this all the way up to the top, and then it's going to give me my line. Okay, so I measured from this point to this point to my new point. And if this were to roll over, this would be that sort of that same measurement retracement from that point to this point. Right now it looks like it just wants to roll and push right through. But that's how you use that fib tool. And this works all the time. In fact, on Monday, we had, let's talk about Fibonacci extensions. On Monday, Friday, we played this bounce right here. Okay, and as we were playing it, a lot of these fib extensions, you can measure these smaller ones, but when we measured this one here, from this, I believe it was from this spike high to there, right? This was a Thursday pullback, right? And then we came back over here. Where did I put? Oh, to this high? I think I started it here, right? And then we started it on this pullback. But you can see how measuring, this pullback here also would give you this pullback here. You could even say, okay, well, what about if we did the whole pullback? Let's see if I can get rid of that. And we go from here to here, and then from here to there, right? So now I measured from this point to this point, and then brought it out to the high point of the next day. You can see the dotted line is the day, right? So this was Thursday. This was Friday, right? And we were targeting this turnaround point here. And it was an exact measurement of that pullback to the high to this pullback. And it's a bit of an art, right? We talk about, I know D-Man's coming on next. Or at least I think D-Man's coming on next. And he's going to do a lesson, I'm thinking, D-Man, correct me if I'm wrong here, on volume profile. And this is all these lines over here on the side. This is volume by price versus volume by time, which is down here at the bottom. And you'll hear us say this a lot, right? In any one of these indicator readings, whether you're doing a fib extension, a symmetry level, there's an art form to it. It's not exact, right? So as you're setting these levels, you say, okay, well, I'm going to measure this. That's going to give me one spot, and then I'm going to measure up to here, and that's going to give me another spot. And I'm betting if we measured this one from here to here from Wednesday, and then that was a big one. Yeah, that doesn't really give us a level, but you can see how it's kind of an art form, finding out where these levels are going to be. And you could see on today's chart that I had a bunch of levels in here that we could have rejected off of, and we just blew right through. So my VWAP levels, VWAP is just, I make no changes. I just put VWAP on my chart. The only difference is I get rid of all these upper and lower bands and the band fills, and I just make it a dotted light gray line, because that's all I really need. Leia, we can share our chart setups with you if you're in TradingView. The only issue is this ready aim fire indicator that you see down here. This is a paid indicator, so you have to own it. Excuse me. So you won't be able to find that if you don't already own it. Excuse me. Goodness. We just keep pushing up. Look, we're getting a break of structure here. Man, my allergies have just kicked in hardcore as of the last 4 or 5 days. Excuse me for just a second. I need the I need the cough mic like the sports broadcasters. Yeah, this ready aim fire indicator is from Simpler Trading, and once if you own it, like I said before, you can accomplish the same thing without spending $700 to own the indicator by using RSI and MACD. You can accomplish the same thing. You're looking, so on the ready aim fire, you're looking for an overbought or an oversold condition on the time frame chart that you're looking at. And then you're looking for, there's three things you're looking for: overbought and oversold, a indicator, a candle color indication change, okay? And then you're looking for a trigger like an arrow. Now, the candle color indicator is free. The one we're using is free, that JS early squeeze indicator, right? RSI, oversold and overbought, is free. And then this, triangle that gets printed here is essentially a MACD crossover with all those conditions met. So these two lines down here are crossing over. This is also free. So you don't need, if you don't want to, you don't need to pay for this as I scribble all over my chart. You can accomplish the same thing with those two charts. I'm also working, I found another free indicator called Trendilio, I think is what it's called. And it's also an RSI based indicator that I'm playing with to see if it gives clear enough signals. This is also free because I know many people want to be able to make these trades and they don't want to have to own a $700 indicator. And you really don't need it. It's just helpful. But you don't need it. It's not like this indicator is the end all and be all of this trade strategy, right? It's just like the squeeze or anything else. It helps inform your trade, but it doesn't say, hey, you must enter here. I mean, because look at all these false signals here, right? And we're just still going up. There's zero reversal. So there's no one tried and true indicator that tells you what to do, but these help inform decisions. I'm gonna just share this chart with you. If anybody wants TradingView version, it has MACD, it has RSI. Okay, it has the colors. This one even has these trend indicators, up or down, and it has these break of structures and character changes, which help inform the 2.0 strategy. And I'll just share that with you if you want now. Okay, so this is the free sniper setup. Okay, it will not give you this ready aim fire, right? Because you don't own it, it just won't show up for you. But all these other ones, RSI, MACD, and even this Trendilio that's in here that I'm toying with, because it's also a free indicator, you'll get that as well. Okay, so here you go. There is the free version of the sniper setup. Yeah, Jazzy, I did hear, and I did put it on one of my charts at one point, that I'm kind of bummed that there's an indicator that is already named sniper. And I was trying to see how well it showed different trades, and I just haven't had the opportunity to play with it too much. It seemed to me like it gave a lot of signals, which could get kind of confusing. But so does ready aim fire. Um, so a lot of it's feel, and the hard part about the 2.0 is that a lot of it is chart reading, and then the other part is I'm watching the ticks. So for those of you who are not familiar with the ticks, this is real buying and selling. This chart here, it's TICK on TradingView, and it's dollar sign TICK on Thinkorswim. But you see we have a zero line here, a negative 600 and a plus 600, and a plus 900 and a negative 900. And so this is actively moving throughout the day. And when we have levels of 600, 900 and above, that tells me that we're getting, buying in the market. Negative 600, negative 900 and below means we're getting a lot of selling in the market. Anything in between is just kind of noise, these 600 levels. And so a lot of things that I'm looking for are, for instance, in this uptrend, I'm looking for these light blue candles. I'm looking for a break of structure of an existing pattern. I'm looking for us being in an uptrend, and I'm watching the ticks to make sure that they're pushing 600, 900. And that's if we're trading this in a bullish way to the upside, right? And conversely, that works to the downside. So there's just a lot of factors for the 2.0, and instead of just catching this bounce for 20%, I'm looking for the continuation for 100% or 80%, right? And then eventually we'll combine the two, for even bigger winnings. But right now they're two separate trading styles on the SPX. And then once we get into a trending market again, I'll be moving right back into UAL just took off into the TPS method, right? And within the TPS method, I use our Squeeze Pro. I use these standard candles, and I use volume profile. And I also use SAM, which is a hugely powerful tool to help us find these setups. And I know Nate went over that a little earlier, but I love to trade a 30-minute TPS setup. I love it. But right now, we've had, even just looking at the SPY chart on a daily, right? We're not going to have a lot of setups here because, we've had this massive pull and now we're having a big rip today. We need some things to kind of go sideways to get our setups to trade a lot of these. So right now, I'm just kind of sticking to this day trading sniper setup and looking for things to kind of settle in and start to consolidate sideways to start to trade these TPS patterns. DJC, when I share you're saying when I share my setup, you can't see the settings I have for my indicators, but when I share my setup, those settings are already set, so you don't have to change them. right? Riley's on a runner, isn't it, Nate? Ooh, a little pullback. Ooh, did you just reload, Riley? Yeah, this is a great reload spot for Riley. Lottos for this week. How many of you just got into that? I like that one for move up. You say my lower ones are just blank lines, like they are on my chart right now. You have to try and open them, right? Because they're closed. So open the RSI by pressing that little button. Pop it open. And the MACD, pop it open. Did that work for you? Jared? Yeah, John, you make a great point. Is, as you can see, I have my sniper free setup here, right? And then if I want to open a chart with my TPS method, I pick that chart and it has all my TPS settings on it, right? But then if I know that I want to do something else, if I have a different chart style, I can just pick that and it helps me toggle between the two different types of setups, right? So this is a normal TPS type setup. Right now, VRVP is turned off, but I can turn it on real quick. See my volume profile levels. And then, of course, my sniper trading setup. I did not take the Riley Lotto because it looked like it was going to move too fast for me to get into it. But it's holding up here. On a day like today, I really like that Riley Lotto. That thing can move really fast, but make sure you have a stop on it too. Make sure you know your levels, because if you don't take profit on a move up and it reverses on you, you just got to be aware it can also reverse quite quickly. They're already on the chart I shared, Adam, so it should work fine. I didn't make too many changes to the RAF indicator. Okay. Once again, that is it for me. 30 minutes. Tomorrow I'll be on for longer sessions and we'll maybe do some live trading. And hopefully we can start the day off with some good sniper trades and really get rolling on those and get everybody on board. So, anybody have any last minute questions for me before I jump off? I don't know who's in after me. Let's see. D-Man's coming on right after me. So, D-Man, are you here? I assume you're ready to go. Get a mask? What do I need a mask for? For D-Man's presentation? I don't want to get infected by it? All right, well, that's it for me. D-Man, just go ahead and take over the screen when you're ready. Yeah, I'll give you the sniper trades tomorrow.